Welcome to Deep Dive with ITS.
We're going deep on what this system can really do for a business,
Yeah.
you know?
Right, yeah.
And lucky for us, we've got our expert here who can really help us make sense of this really complex system.
Well, I'm happy to be here. And yeah, Takamul, it's got modules for everything. It's a lot to unpack.
Okay. Ever feel like when you are trying to grow your retail business that you are juggling chainsaws?
Yeah.
Between the inventory and chasing down suppliers and making sure your team's all good and doing what they need to be doing?
Right.
Like, who has time for expansion plans?
It's definitely a struggle.
Right.
But what if you had something that was like a co-pilot
Okay.
to help you with all that?
Now you've got my attention.
Yeah. It's called the Takamul Integrated Retail System.
Hmm.
And it's designed to be that all-in-one command center
Okay.
for retailers.
Okay.
So think about it manages procurement stores, point-of-sale inventory, even HR and financials,
Wow.
all within one platform.
So no more like having to switch between different programs and hoping that everything's accurate.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about things syncing up correctly. It does it all for you.
Wow.
And what's really interesting about Takamul is how it handles those challenges that come with rapid expansion. So let's say your new product goes viral.
Right.
And you suddenly have 10 times the demand that you had before.
Mhm.
Instead of scrambling to figure everything out,
Right.
Takamul lets you scale up your procurement.
Okay.
You can manage your inventory across all your locations in real time.
Wow.
And you can even analyze sales data
Okay.
so you know what to do next,
Wow.
all without even really having to think about it.
Okay. I am very intrigued. Let's unpack this.
Okay.
Where do we even start with a system that's so comprehensive?
I think a great place to start is with procurement and stores.
Okay.
It's a module that can really change how a retailer handles inventory and their suppliers.
Okay.
So for example, let's say you are about to run out of your best-selling coffee blend.
Okay.
Instead of realizing it too late
Yeah.
and having upset customers,
Right.
Takamul automatically triggers a purchase order based on the stock levels that you've already preset.
So it's like having a mind-reading inventory manager who's always one step ahead.
Exactly.
No more last-minute panics.
No more lost sales.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
And it gets even better. Remember all those reports you have to file?
Yeah.
Takamul generates them automatically. It can also track shipments from your suppliers, manage stock transfers between your branches, and even analyze your supplier performance so you can get better deals.
It's like it's streamlining the entire process.
Exactly.
So you can focus on like the bigger picture stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this would be a game changer,
Yeah.
especially for businesses that have a bunch of different locations or are trying to open new ones.
Right.
But what about like the heart of retail
Yeah.
actually selling the products?
So that's where the POS or point of sale module comes in.
Okay.
And this isn't your grandma's cash register. This
Yeah.
is a whole new ball game. All right. This POS system is about real-time control and efficiency.
Okay.
So think automatic price updates across all your stores,
Yeah.
detailed sales reports that are broken down by product location, time of day,
Oh, wow.
and you can even process returns and exchanges directly from the terminal.
So there's no more scrambling to change price tags every time there's a sale
Exactly.
or promotion or anything.
Yeah, it does it all for you.
That alone would be amazing.
And because it's all online, you can access it from anywhere. The barcode printing module really stands out to me.
Barcode printing.
Yeah.
I'll admit, barcode printing isn't the first thing I think of when I hear high-tech retail solutions.
Yeah.
So how does something so simple help a business grow?
It's a good question. And it really shows what makes Takamul so powerful.
Okay.
Not everything you're going to sell has a barcode already on it.
Right, like if it's something that someone made by hand,
Exactly.
or like if you're making your own product line, you still need to be able to keep track of it.
Right. You need a way to put it into your inventory system.
Yeah, so I can make a barcode even if the product isn't like officially in a system somewhere.
Exactly. You can still manage it all through Takamul. And
Okay.
it keeps everything running smoothly, so you don't have those little problems that become huge problems later on as you grow.
Right.
Plus, let's say you get a shipment in
Okay.
and some of the barcodes are damaged.
Yeah, that happens.
You can just reprint them right then and there,
Wow.
which keeps everything moving.
It's like they thought of everything
They really did.
to make running a business easier.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I like it.
And that's what Takamul lets you do.
So it's all about efficiency, but we can't forget about, the customers themselves.
Right.
Like, how do you keep them, happy and engaged? I'm assuming there's something in Takamul for that too.
There is, and that's where the family cards and shareholders offers module is so cool.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So this module lets you create those family cards or loyalty programs.
Right.
But it goes beyond just like a point system.
Right.
You can track member purchases, target offers to specific groups of people. It's all about, rewarding those loyal customers and giving them a really personalized experience.
Very cool. And personalized is good. Right?
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to something like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Where people have so many choices.
It makes a big difference.
But let's get real for a second.
Okay.
What happens when the internet's down?
That's a good point.
Because we've all been there.
Yeah.
When the Wi-Fi is out and then suddenly it's like the dark ages.
Right. And that's where Takamul's offline capabilities come in.
Okay.
So let's say there's a storm and the internet goes out in your area.
Yeah.
Your POS system's still going to work.
Really?
It stores the data locally.
Oh, wow.
And then once your internet's back up, it'll sync with the main server.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you never miss anything.
Oh, that's a huge relief.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about keeping track of inventory,
Yeah.
especially as a business starts expanding and it gets more complicated.
Right.
Because we're talking about a lot of moving parts here.
A lot of moving parts. And that's where the PDA and inventory module comes in.
Okay.
And that's where Takamul uses the power of mobile technology.
Okay.
So picture this. Your team is equipped with handheld devices
Okay.
that allow them to do real-time inventory checks, receive new stock, even generate reports.
So they can update inventory while they're like on the shop floor moving boxes around.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they can do it from anywhere.
Wow.
It makes inventory management faster, more accurate,
Okay.
and it's going to be far less prone to those costly errors.
Right, because those errors can really hurt.
It can really hurt.
Yeah.
And for a business that's expanding, being that accurate in real time
Right.
is like having X-ray vision into your stockroom.
That is a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
This is all sounding very efficient.
Good.
It's like Takamul is thinking ahead to what a growing business would need every step of the way.
It really is anticipating those needs.
But what about the people who make it all happen?
Right.
The employees.
Yes.
How does Takamul handle the HR side of things,
Yeah.
especially as a company starts to grow?
That's where the personnel and salaries module comes in.
Okay.
And it's designed to be just as comprehensive as every other part of the system.
Okay.
It handles everything from employee data,
Right.
payroll processing, attendance, tracking, even performance management.
Wow.
Yeah, it keeps all that employee information in one place and easy to access.
So it's not just about like crunching numbers. It's about managing like the employee
Exactly.
life cycle.
It's about the whole life cycle.
Right.
And it can even automatically calculate end-of-service benefits based on the settings that you customize. Yeah. Which can really save you a lot of time.
Right.
And as your business grows
Right.
and you get more team members,
Yeah,
having a system that can manage all that is essential.
for sure.
It's really irreplaceable.
Yeah, I can see how this kind of integration would be essential for managing growing pains.
Yeah.
But let's talk about finances.
Okay.
Where does accounting fit into all of this?
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to keep track of all the costs of expanding.
Well, that's where the accounting module takes center stage.
Okay.
And it's a prime example of how Takamul's integrated approach really shines.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about the POS system automatically updating the sales data?
Right.
Well, that information flows directly into the accounting module.
Oh, wow.
So it gives you a real-time look at your finances.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're never in the dark.
So no more late nights hunched over spreadsheets trying to make sense of all the sales figures.
You got to no more late nights with Takamul.
Mm.
You can generate financial statements, manage your assets, process checks, even handle bond repetitions,
Wow.
all within this one module.
So it really puts you in control.
Yeah, it's about having your finger on the pulse of your finances so you can make those informed decisions about investments and expansion.
That is key for any business owner, but especially those who are looking to scale.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about something that often gets overlooked with expansion.
Yeah.
Keeping your shareholders happy.
Yes.
How does Takamul handle that piece of the puzzle?
This is where it gets interesting. The shareholders module in Takamul goes above and beyond.
Okay, tell me more. I'm intrigued.
So imagine this. Your shareholders have a personalized portal
Okay.
online that they can securely access,
Okay.
where they can track their investments, view their share of the profits, and even download reports,
Wow.
all in real time.
So they're not just waiting around for updates. They're actually involved in what's going on.
Exactly. It's about keeping them in the loop.
I like it.
This level of transparency builds trust and shows them that you value their partnership.
Right, because that's key in any kind of business relationship.
For sure. And for a business that's growing fast, that strong relationship with your investors is invaluable.
Absolutely. It sounds like Takamul thought of everything.
They really did.
But a system this comprehensive has to be really complicated to manage, right?
You'd think so, but they've actually simplified things with this really user-friendly dashboard
Okay.
that gives you an overview of your whole operation.
So I don't have to be a tech whiz to use it.
No, not at all.
That's a relief.
It's super easy. You can track metrics, monitor performance across the modules, and even set up custom alerts.
Oh, wow.
If something needs your attention right away.
So it's like the control panel of the entire business.
Exactly.
Oh, I like it.
And you can do it all from this one interface.
So what you're saying is it's not just a bunch of different tools. It's a whole ecosystem where everything's connected.
Precisely.
Instead of having to switch between a million things, I could just use this one system that has everything I could possibly need.
And it's all designed to work together.
So it's less like a random toolbox and more like a Swiss Army knife.
Exactly.
I love that.
And because of that, retailers can really take control. They have the information they need to make decisions, and they can adapt quickly.
So it's not just about simplifying things. It's about giving retailers a real advantage.
Exactly. Because things are changing so fast,
Right.
you need every advantage you can get.
Instead of just trying to keep up, they can actually plan for the future.
And dream big. It's really designed with speed and accuracy in mind, you know? Handles all your transactions, returns, integrates with different payment types. I mean, it's got it all. And importantly, it syncs with the main system in real time. So your prices are always accurate, inventory's up to date, you know, just minimizing errors and keeping those customers happy.
Makes sense. So it sounds like, yeah, the cashier has a good experience, the customer has a good experience. Everything's like seamless.
Exactly. And that's, I think, where you really see how powerful it is, you know? When everything's talking to each other like that,
Right.
all those modules, all that data, it's like this whole ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got streamlined operations, we've got shareholders who actually know what's going on, we've got happy customers. Is there anything this system can't do?
Well, I don't think it'll make you coffee. but it'll help you manage those coffee bean sales for sure.
Mm.
But you do bring up a good point, you know? Even the best tech is only as good as the team behind it, right?
Okay, so let's talk about the masterminds behind the system. Who is International Turnkey Systems?
They're the ones behind Takamul,
Oh, right.
and they've got a really interesting history.
They've seen it all.
And that experience shows in how detailed the Takamul system is.
Right.
But what really sets them apart is their commitment to data ownership.
Okay, data security, that's a big deal these days,
It really is.
especially for companies that have sensitive customer information.
Absolutely. And International Turnkey Systems gets that they're one of the good guys.
What do you mean?
It's written right there in their contracts
Right.
that the retail business owns their own data.
Oh, wow, so not International Turnkey Systems.
No, they're very clear about that.
That's huge.
You don't see that a lot these days.
No, you don't. It's actually refreshing to hear.
And it goes beyond just the legal stuff.
Really?
They're really transparent.
Okay.
Even if a client decides to stop using Takamul, they make sure that they can access their data.
Wow.
It's all about building trust and giving retailers control of their data.
That's great because they're not trying to hold anybody hostage,
Exactly. They really understand that world.
which is key, right?
Oh, absolutely. And they're really committed to security, really responsive customer support, like all the things you need with a system like this.
Yeah, because you don't want to be left hanging, if something goes wrong.
Exactly. Oh, and I should also mention they're the exclusive agent for NCR for their POS systems.
Ooh, whoa.
Which is a big deal because NCR, they're known for being super reliable.
Okay, so they've really thought of everything.
They really have. It's pretty impressive.
I have to say, even just this little glimpse into the Takamul system it's really eye-opening.
It's a lot. Right.
It's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
there are so many features,
Yeah.
and it really seems like they've thought of everything. It's more than just like a software. It's a whole system for running your entire business.
It is. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface here. There's the synchronization application, which gives you like a real-time view of all your POS terminals. There's the auditing and data archiving module to keep everything, nice and secure. The list goes on.
Yeah. I feel like when we sat down to do this deep dive, I didn't even realize how deep we were going to go.
Right. It's really impressive.
So for our listeners out there, if you could just like sum up, you know, in a nutshell, like what are the key takeaways?
For me, it boils down to three things: efficiency, transparency, and a stronger business overall.
Okay, I like it. So let's break those down a little bit. Efficiency, we've kind of been hitting on that this whole time.
Right. And that's really, I think, one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
By automating all those like essential but time-consuming tasks, you're freeing up time and resources to actually focus on the things that matter, you know?
Right, like strategy and serving your members better, all that good stuff.
Exactly. It's about being proactive instead of reactive.
All right, I like that.
And then transparency. I mean, that's huge for any business. So that trust is paramount. And Takamul gives them the tools to build that trust, whether it's through that real-time data access or, giving the management team clear dashboards to monitor performance.
Right. And that transparency probably helps not just with the members, but with like suppliers and investors as well, right? Because they can kind of see how the business is run.
Exactly. It gives them that confidence. And that all ties into the last point, right? A stronger business. When you've got those streamlined operations, those transparent processes, engaged stakeholders, that's a recipe for success.
It's kind of amazing how it all comes together.
It does, doesn't it? It all like feeds into itself.
Well, I think that's a really great point to end on. It's been really fascinating exploring all these different aspects of the Takamul retail system. Listener, we want to know, if you had to pick one standout feature, what would it be and why? Let us know. And until next time, happy diving.